Hello and welcome back to the Lilani Grace podcast. We have a couple of firsts on the podcast today. Not only is this our first male guest, he's also the first guest who's not in either of my online businesses, although he does have his own. And then he is also a podcast host, and I have been on his podcast. So please welcome Cris. Hi, Cris.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. So
Thank
I
you.
was on Chris's podcast, probably like a month ago now, something like that. And it was so fun. We had such a good conversation. He asked me a whole bunch of uncomfortable questions. No, they weren't that bad. But it was different being in the hot seat. So how do you feel about being in the hot seat now?
You know what? For the first time ever, I feel comfortable. I'm not just because it's you, but I've been in a couple of podcasts before, and you can tell on the camera that I was kind of like not
Nervous?
comfortable. Yeah, a little bit nervous, but I prepared some things for this one, so I don't know what you're gonna ask. So I'm excited.
Well, if I don't bring up something that you want to talk about, feel free to bring it up yourself. But we are going to start by asking you how you got into network marketing in the first place. How
Oh,
long have you been in network marketing?
okay. So for me, it really started with one simple reason, and it's family. I got to a point in life where I just asked myself, what's the point of all this if I'm not actually present for the people I'm doing it for? I had a great career as a flight attendant. I was busy, I was moving, but I wasn't home. Not fully, anyway. And at some point, that didn't sit right with me. My son was struggling, stepping into his teenage years with daddy's inconsistent presence at home. So I made a decision to retire early and broke my heart because I love flying. It's my passion, and I really love that job. It's my dream job. I
Yeah.
retired in 2023. My entry into network marketing wasn't about chasing money. It was more about chasing time freedom, which already. That's why we do this, right?
Yep,
Being home
for sure.
more and being present, not missing moments that you'll never get back. That led me to
Mhm.
my first company, which is Modere. And honestly, I did well there. I learned the space. I built relationships and started to see what was possible when you combine consistency with a purpose bigger than yourself. But then there was a little curveball that was thrown to us. Modere folded just like that.
Yeah, that's
They
so
they closed it on a
unfortunate.
Friday. I don't want to get the specifics of this, but a lot of people were hurt by it because some people were about
Yeah.
to get paid and they did it on a Friday, so nobody can really go after them. That's what most people's thinking anyway. And I think that's a moment where a lot of people either quit or they realize what they actually built. I'm one of those that even though I did well with even though I did well with Modere, I wasn't worried because I can see all my colleagues posting content, and I'm like, we are in good hands. Modere shaped us to where we're at now.
Gave you some good tools.
Yeah, yeah, and to me, like each and every social marketer has a very good story to tell. I
Hmm.
haven't met anybody that that has no good story to tell.
Right? That's why I started this podcast. I want to hear the stories. They're so
Like
good.
I like having social marketers on my podcast because a lot of people are saying you shouldn't be all about the supporting the social marketing. I'm like, no, because each and every one of them has a good story to tell, and I get excited when I
Yeah.
get them on. For me, it made something very clear. It wasn't about the company; it was about the skill set, the relationships, and the belief I had developed along the way. So instead of starting over from scratch, I just kept going. That's
Hmm.
what brought me to where I am now. It's with Shackley. So it's almost the same as Modere, but they've been around longer for like 70 years.
Okay.
And this time I'm coming into it with experience, perspective, and a much deeper why. And the one thing I've really learned through that transition is how important alignment is, not just with the products, but with the culture, the leadership,
Yes.
values. And that's huge. Even with your company, I feel so aligned with you guys. Like I feel like I
I
haven't
can't
met
wait for you to join.
most of you, but I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel so close to this, to
Yeah.
you, to Ali, to Casey. I love that because
You would have fit in so well on our girls' day.
I was the lone male with my team with Modere, and now with Shackley, I was the lone male there.
Yeah, it seems like a very female dominated industry.
When you're aligned, right, everything flows differently. You show up
Yep.
better, you
Yep.
speak with more conviction, and it doesn't feel like you're forcing anything. And at this point in my life, in my journey, and I'm very open about this, I'll always keep my doors open for alignment. Hello, all
Yes.
your life. Not
Yes.
in a way where I'm chasing the next thing, but in a way where I stay true to what feels right, what represents me, and what I can stand behind long term. And that's very important to me. When the alignment is right, the work doesn't feel like work; it feels like purpose. That's Ali can probably talk to you about this too. Like with WestJet, that's what we felt like. We felt like we're coming. It didn't feel like work coming, going every day, and interacting with my colleagues. It was like it felt like we were all family. That's what I'm chasing really is the alignment part. And now it's just about being home, right? It's about helping other people realize that they have options too, because
Yeah, for sure.
I've lived both sides. I've lived the busy life where we're constantly pulled away, and I lived the life where you start to take back control of your time. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that people don't just want income; they want freedom, flexibility, and peace of mind. And that's what got me into this space, and that's what will keep me here for a long time. I actually can't imagine myself, although I keep talking to Ali about comeback as a flight attendant, but I can't imagine
Yeah.
myself giving up the quality of life I have now. Like the food that
Yeah.
I eat. I know that for most of us flight attendants, they do meal prep, but you never know where they're gonna send you, right?
Yeah,
Even if you have a
exactly.
schedule, if a cancellation happens, they're gonna have to send you somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And the lack of food quality, I don't want to go into like taking out again and all those things. I love the quality of life I have now, especially having being close to my dog who's barking right now.
We love a dog.
And my son. My son is a lot better now. I think he got out of
Yeah.
puberty quite good. And I felt like that was the main thing is he was struggling because he was going through that. And
Yeah.
he didn't have like a male support in the house. It was just a no-brainer for me to give up
Yeah.
flying for
The
it. So,
the
sorry, that's a
teenage years are
long, long,
so
long answer to your question.
That's okay. Yeah, the teenage years are such formative years. Like,
Yeah,
it's important to
yeah,
be
for
active
sure.
and involved because when parents aren't active and involved, that's when things go downhill really fast for teenagers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, thankfully, you and I both have that in our kids' lives, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Two.
Two? Okay.
Yeah, a boy and a girl, 14 and 15. My son
Oh
starts
my
driving this year.
I know my son was like, Dad, if you're tired, let me drive. I'm like, no, no, you're not driving. You need a license to drive. You can't. Yeah. He's like, I learned my driving from an app. I'm like, oh my gosh, you kids, seriously.
No,
And he wants to be a pilot, right? And he's like, I know how to fly because I play this game. I'm like, oh my gosh.
not the same thing.
No. Yeah. So
Yeah, so fun. But it's interesting to see kind of what motivates everyone to get into network marketing because some people, it's like they're stuck at a dead end job and they don't want to be there anymore. But for you, it's kind of the opposite. You loved your job, but you wanted that time to be at home with your family. So yeah, it's so cool to hear everyone's story and where they're coming from and what lights that fire under them to start their own business. So how long were you with Modere before it folded?
just a year. Just a year. But
Okay.
there was that alignment piece there where I'm like, oh my gosh, I did so well. I did
Yeah.
so well. I got into a platinum like ranking with the company, which is huge. Which actually I'm still trying to find my footing. The alignment is a big piece. Like I said, I'm open to ideas, to opportunities for with other companies because at the end of the day, I have to love what I'm doing. I have to love what I'm promoting, and I have to have that the quality of life with my family piece.
Mhm. Yeah, alignment is huge. Like when I joined my first online opportunity with the water machine, I felt alignment with it, but I didn't have a really good story to go with it. Like I loved the product, I loved the people, I loved the leadership, all that stuff, but I couldn't get anywhere because I didn't have a story to share with them. Whereas when I signed on with Ollie Life, my story just exploded. And like I can physically not keep it to myself because it has literally changed my life.
I know.
So
I've been following your
finding,
social media, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman loves all your life.
yeah, I mean, did you see me go rock climbing?
Yes, that's pretty
What?
amazing because you told me about your health story, and
Yeah, considering in January I couldn't walk because I was in so much pain and now I'm rock climbing. So, yeah, that's like a whole new level of alignment, right? When you have that story to just like I can't shut up about it.
Yeah.
I'm talking to strangers about it. I'm talking like when I go and do DoorDash, me and my mom sometimes go together and we're both talking about it. I'm at the gym, I'm talking about it. I'm with my friends, I'm talking about it. I was at a funeral last weekend and I was talking about it. I'm like, oh, this is not the time or place. But at the same time, like if someone's asking about my health, I'm like, yeah, my health is doing great. And they're like, well, what's new? I'm like, well, let me tell you.
Don't get Lilani started on that because she's not
No,
gonna.
I can't shut up because my quality of life has gone from here to here. It's just, and every day it gets better. Like, that's the surprising part. I thought the first 4 days were awesome. Now I'm 2 months in and it's like,
Yeah. And I
so
think
yeah,
that would help your business a lot because you're talking about it every day, right?
yeah,
So right now, because I'm too focused on the podcast, I don't think people even know that I'm with Shackley because I barely talk about
yeah, I know. I had to ask you,
it. Yeah. So yeah,
but yeah, you'll find your footing. How long have you been with Shackley?
almost a year as well. Almost a year.
Okay.
A year. It's been a year.
Yeah. And so what did you find really aligned with you with that company?
Just their longevity. There's actually network marketers with Shackley who are 70 and 80-year old and they're active.
Wow.
They call it Shackley Legends. This is not like a something that they just it's not just a rumor, it's a fact because every time there's a conference, they are featured a lot. And that's
Wow.
what I love about it. They've been around for 70 years and NASA uses our products. So that's huge for me. Like, there's a good reputation that comes with it. So far, I haven't tried the other products other than the protein because the protein, I've been a student of supplements for like 15, 20 years now. And I've never
Mhm.
seen anything as clean as what Shaklee is promoting Lucin right now. It's really
Nice.
very clean and it's plant based. So although I'm not a plant based guy, but I have been using the protein and it's really good. It's really helped me with my goals being a competitor.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because you're into competing and you're into coaching as well, aren't you? And how long have you been in like the fitness industry?
Yeah, I just got my license last year. Yeah,
Okay,
I've been
congratulations.
like unlicensed coach for like 15 years just because I like learning things about it to this day. Like it never stops. It never stops. I think that the moment you said, I know everything is the moment that you really failed yourself, right? Because there's never a point when you know everything. To me, I
Well,
want to
no.
learn till the day I die. It's a
Yeah,
learning, you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's a curve till the day I die. It's a learning curve. Like I'm gonna try and learn everything I can. There's always new things coming up, so it's not, there's no limit to the knowledge, to the wisdom that you can
No.
take from it.
Well, and God made us such complicated beings that
And
humans are never going to know everything about the human body regardless. Like we're always learning new things and
we're
we're always
not even close to
improving on
yeah,
things.
we're not even close to knowing everything about us. There's like a million parts inside our body, and we don't know all of it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there's constantly things being disproven and finding new things about the body. It's just crazy. But that, again, is why I like Ollie Life too, because you're learning about the electricity in your body. Like, we're electrical beings, and most people don't even think about that fact.
Yes, yes,
So it's been really fun learning more about that and then educating people about that. Like, most people have no idea what PEMF even is.
right.
I had a background of knowing about it because my dad had another PEMF machine. So I knew about it. And I just figured like this was kind of common knowledge to some extent. But every day I talk to people about this, and 99.9% of them have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's
And
really fun
I'm
coming
glad
in.
I'm glad you're there for that because your knowledge of it is definitely will help a lot of people. So
Mhm.
keep preaching
Yeah, I'm very similar to you, always like learning new things about the body because
for
we
sure,
are incredible beings. Yeah, it's amazing.
for sure,
Okay, let's shift focus a little bit and talk about your podcast because
for
you've been
sure.
podcasting for just over a year now as well. You've done a lot of new things in the last year. Hey.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? I feel like there is an old version of us that's pre-pandemic and a new version of us. And I'm sure this is like
Totally.
new to you, and you found your passion, right? This is a passion project for you, and you're loving what you're doing. And it's the same thing with me. So the podcasting piece was never part of the plan either, but it's one of those things that just clicked for me. Toward the end of my Modere career, I asked one of my business partners help support me doing Facebook Lives where I could talk about
Okay.
products, share stories, and get more comfortable showing up. That live never happened. It never panned out the way I thought it would. It never
Yeah.
happened. And I was like a little bit disappointed, right? But instead of forcing it, I kind of pivoted. I reached out to a good friend of mine in the fitness world and asked, hey, Mac, would you come on IG Live with me just to have a conversation? He said yes, right? And I was so excited that became my first episode.
Nice.
I was only planning to do 12 episodes, but right now I'm like on
Wow.
112 episodes later, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So from there, it just kept growing. More friends said yes, followers started saying yes. And then people I haven't even met, like
Yeah.
yourself, said
Yeah.
yes. And that's the wild part. The wild part of it is it never felt forced. It's aligned, right? It felt peaceful, organic, like I wasn't chasing it. I was being guided toward it. And now,
Mhm.
like I said, it's over 100 episodes and counting. And looking back, I realized podcasting gave me something bigger than just content. It gave me a platform to highlight people, to build community, have meaningful conversations, and show up in a way that feels completely aligned with who I am. And that's why
Yeah,
I say
very
this whole
organic.
journey has been guided. Network marketing gave me the reason to start showing up. Podcasting gave me the lane, just like with you. And
Yeah.
alignment is what keeps me walking through the right doors. I don't think every path has to make sense immediately. Sometimes you just follow peace, follow alignment, and trust where it leads. And that's been my journey since. So I love
Yeah,
doing it.
absolutely.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna
So
be
what
like you.
so what's kind of the premise for your podcast? Like what kind of people do you mostly interview?
At this point, I started with just competitors, right? I was so excited to invite like athletes in it, like people who are competing, people who are there's I one of my first episodes was with Jocelyn Briggs. She's someone I look up to in my business, and she's doing like 300-mile marathons, and she's like 50 years old. She did, yeah. And before that first episode with her, she did the Swiss Alps, which was
That's
like
amazing.
only 100 miles. The elevation to capture that 100 miles is pretty amazing. So yeah, I
Yeah.
started with athletes. I started with fitness, physical, but then I realized that it's got to be more than that. I know that the mental part goes hand in hand with the physical part. So I started inviting people who will talk about mental health, and it just kind of evolved from there. And now it's like all walks of life, lawyers, like I said, the other somebody, yes, from United Kingdom. I haven't met her yet. She's gonna be
Wow.
there. She's gonna be for tomorrow's episode. So it's all walks of life, doctors, coaches, everything, everything, army even. So
Wow.
just featuring, just really highlighting what people do. I think you and I have given people a platform to talk about. You know what I mean? Like this is something back in the day would be like for famous people. And now we're giving
Yeah.
every chance to
Yeah.
every people, every guest that we have to really shine the light on them and to, sort of make themselves famous in a way. Right.
Well, everyone has a story to share, right? And most people don't get a chance to share that story. And even with how big social media has become, we're all focusing on these little snippets of our lives. And like social media is all about snippet. I'm like, no, I want to hear the full story. So getting someone on and sitting down and chatting for half an hour and getting to hear like where they came from and why they made the decisions they made and what it's done for them in their life, in their mental health, in their physical health, all those things is way more fascinating to me than just seeing the little snippets and the highlights and all that stuff. So it's been really cool for me to actually like focus on the full picture.
Definitely. Definitely. Do you have any pet peeves when it comes to guests?
I haven't
Like a barking
found
dog.
any
A
yet.
barking dog.
Honestly, that doesn't bother me at all because I know the Riverside will cut it all out. This
Good.
program's
Good, good, good.
amazing, by the way. Like it's so good at like cutting out different sounds and stuff. Although last episode, I think it was Julie, I had an echo going on, and it
Okay.
was the first time I'd had to deal with that. And I thought that Riverside would be able to cut it out by itself, but no, I had to go in and like individually clip every point where I was talking. I had to go and like mute her side of it so that the echo wouldn't play back. So that was a pet peeve for sure. Because technology has come so far and it helps with so many things. And as a former YouTuber, when I had to do all my own editing without the help of AI, it was a long process.
Yeah.
And now with Riverside, it does so much on its own with AI that it's like, it's kind of lazy, honestly.
No,
So
it's
having to go
I
back
feel like we don't have
and
time. We don't have time.
yeah,
I'm
right?
doing my edits manually, and when I have an episode, I'm not done till midnight. I'm working till
Yeah,
midnight, and
that's crazy.
yeah. I got this Opus Works or something. It does the clipping for me.
Okay.
Like it would clip like perfect moments of my podcast, and it,
Mhm.
it does all the everything else for me, and I love that. And I think I'm gonna start trying this Riverside as well. It looks really
Yeah, it's really
professional.
handy. It does the Instagram clips too. It'll even like write up a summary for you, key points. Like it does everything. It's amazing. So it's fun having you on as another podcaster because nobody really knows the back end of it, right? Like how much work goes into it, how much prep, how much afterwards. And I mean, yours, you do live, which was super nerve wracking for me. I like being able to record and then go back and cut things out if I have to. But yeah, going on live was super nerve-wracking, especially when
I
it's
think
like
with the live, it helps you grow a little bit more because most
absolutely.
of the people that go on there, they're like, oh my gosh, I've never done a live before. I'm scared. So like it's just my job to really make you comfortable as we go, and
Which you're
not
great
just not
at.
just go heavy
Yeah.
immediately, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
thank
you're
you.
very good at making me you were very good at making me comfortable. The only thing that really, like, scared me a little bit was, like, you'd ask an unexpected question, and I'd be like, "Oh, I have to think fast because we're live. Oh,
Yeah,
oh no,
yeah.
oh no."
And to me, like those moments are the moments that are good because we're showing people that it's not perfection,
We're
right? We're gonna
human.
make mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes my grammar is wrong, and you know what? I'm okay with that because it makes it relatable. It makes it relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Human error
yeah.
makes things
And if I could
relatable.
share with you my pet peeve, and I know you
Yes.
won't do this, but on your first guesting on my episode on my podcast, if you choose to do it in your car, I'm good with it, right? But the second episode, I'm gonna ask you to not be in your car. Like tomorrow, Carrie's gonna be in her car. She said, I'm like, oh my gosh, and because it's her first time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it go this time. But I really want to feature you, right? Not just in a car, even though that's also relatable to who in this world is not on a go, go, go mode, right? When you're
Mhm.
in a car, it usually means that you're busy. And that's the only place you can find quiet. Like just like my dog.
Yeah, why aren't you in your car, Chris?
I wanted to look good for you.
Thank you.
And people reading their answers because I like
Mm,
looking connected, right? I had
yes.
my very first guest for 2026. I forgot to tell her that you can't write your answers, and she wrote her answers down, and she's like this.
And then you're like,
Yeah,
then just sounds rehearsed and
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stiff. And yeah, I know. When I started my podcast, I had like a list of questions and I'd have to like look at it and kind of figure out where I was going. I mean, that was okay for the first one because I didn't really know what I was doing. But now I just do it like completely off the cuff. I have a
Yeah.
direction where I know I want to go, but I'd rather just have a conversation. And I
Yeah,
like this better.
and that's great. That's great for you because you're comfortable doing it, right?
Hmm.
I'm not there yet. I'm reading
You've
some of
been
the
in this a year, Chris. Come on.
questions, but I'm making sure that I'm like trying to read like with my peripheral vision.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you had really good questions. You prepped some good questions
Thank
for
you,
me.
thank you.
A couple of them threw me off, and I was like, I don't know how to answer this, but they were good. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're almost at that half hour mark, so it's been really fun getting to know you a little bit more. Tell us the name of your podcast.
My podcast is Tuesday night at 7, available on IG Live. You can follow me at Kabayan Chris. And I'm doing my lives on at Kabayan Chris too because Instagram is weird in a way that they need 1,000 followers for you to access the live feature. And my other account doesn't have 1,000 yet. I also started to kind of relaunch my YouTube channel where
Yay!
the podcast episodes are more edited, more like professional looking, like the Lonnie Grace podcast. So yeah, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll make sure his Instagram and his YouTube are linked below, as well as the episode that we did together on your podcast because it was excellent, I gotta say. I waited like a month before I went back and like rewatched it because I don't love rewatching it right after
Really.
I've
Yeah,
done
for sure.
it.
For sure.
So, and then I went back and I watched. I was like, that was a really good podcast.
Aw.
Like, wow, yeah, that was really good.
Oh my gosh. My head's
So,
getting bigger.
so awesome. But yeah, we will definitely have you back in the future, and hopefully, I'll be on your podcast again in the future, and hopefully, you'll be with our Ollie Life
For
team
sure. For
soon
sure.
too.
It's gonna align soon. And I'm looking forward to having you again on the podcast. It's such an honor to do this podcast and to be the first male guest on
Yeah,
your
that's very
podcast.
exciting. I've
Really,
tried. I've tried. You've been the first.
I do apologize for like saying too much if I did say too much.
Not at all. Actually, is there anything that you prepared that you want to say that I haven't
No,
asked you
no, you
about?
covered it all. I love it. I love it.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, make sure you follow Cris. Make sure you watch our previous podcast together.
Yeah.
And I will see you in the next one.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
guys.
Thank you, Lalani.
Thank you, Cris.